Hello, this is Xbox Ahoy, and this is the 16th episode of my Black Ops Weapon Guide. Let's get started. In this episode, we're covering the third weapon in the assault rifle category, the M14. It's a semi-automatic weapon in-game, and is unlocked at level 9. Originating from the United States, the M14 was adopted by the US Army in 1957, and was standard issue from 1959 until it was replaced by the M16 in 1970. It's essentially a derivation of the M1 Garand, with the introduction of a removable magazine and capacity of fully automatic fire. This replaced the earlier 8-round en-bloc clip used in the M1. This technically makes the M14 a battle rifle rather than an assault rifle, as it fires a full-size cartridge with selective fire. After a series of prototypes post-World War II, the M14 trumped the FN FAL in the US Army's testing and saw its first action in the Vietnam War. Although unwieldy and not ideal for jungle combat, it performed adequately until superseded by the lightweight, more modern design of the M16. The M14 remains in use today, however. Although not ideal for general infantry use, it's found a niche in the designated marksman role, and as part of the M21 and later M24 sniper weapon systems. Magazine capacity is 20 rounds, identical to the other semi-automatic rifle, the FAL. Extended mags will give you 30 rounds per magazine instead. The cartridge fired is the NATO standard rifle cartridge, the 7.62 by 51mm round. This caliber's roots lie in the larger 30-06 rifle cartridge, as fired by the earlier N1903 Springfield rifle and the Garand. Essentially a shortened variant, the new cartridge was to be known commercially as the .308 Winchester before being adopted as the NATO standard in 1954. Damage in-game is the highest of all weapons in the assault rifle category. Only the sniper rifles deal more damage per shot. At just 2 hits to the body at close range, and 3 at a distance, the M14 shares the same damage profile as the FAL, but boasts a greater multiplier to the head and neck for a better chance at a 2-shot kill. This means that, even at long range, a single headshot with another to the body is sufficient to kill, where with the FAL you would need 2 headshots. Fire cap is standard for the single-shot weapons at 625 rounds per minute. Generally speaking, this cap isn't much of a hindrance, as shooting at that rate would compound the high level of recoil. Although substantial, the recoil can be tamed by moderating your fire rate depending on your distance from your target, waiting for the recoil to settle to an acceptable level before firing again. Aim time is standard for the assault rifles, and reload is among the slowest but manageable nonetheless, at 2.4 seconds. The iron sights are among the more obtrusive in-game, so you might favour the optical attachments to speed target acquisition. The red dot and reflex are fine choices, providing a clear view on target and granting you an edge in the precision that this weapon demands. These sights are perfect for mid-range use of the weapon and will allow you to better track moving targets. The ACOG scope is suited to long-range engagements, giving you a superior magnification at the expense of aim time and recoil control. With the ACOG, the M14 becomes a passable alternative to a sniper rifle, albeit with inferior damage and better handling characteristics. It does extend your reach, but the downsides will decrease your versatility and leave you more vulnerable in close-range encounters. The infrared scope behaves in the same way, similarly affecting recoil and limiting your rate of accurate fire. It offers few benefits overall. The ACOG is the more usable sight to employ at range. Extended mags is less critical than with the automatic weapons. The 10 extra rounds is a convenience you'll seldom require, unless you have a very fast trigger finger and a penchant for wasting ammunition. The grip attachment is unique to the M14 within the assault rifle category, essentially replacing the dual magazines, which are notably absent. The grip increases the rate at which the weapon's recoil settles, effectively increasing the rate with which you can fire accurately. If you fire before the weapon settles, your shot will be inaccurate, and in the case of the M14, this will likely mean you'll shoot the air above your target's head. The grip can make the difference as far as quickly dispatching foes is concerned. Very useful should they be aware of your presence. The suppressor keeps you off the minimap when firing, at the expense of the majority of your effective range. This means that a 3-hit kill is much more likely, but you retain the two-shot potential if you can get closer to the enemy. The M14 and FAL have higher minimum damage than most, making them good candidates for the suppressor. But the need to get closer means sleight of hand becomes essential to snap onto close-range targets quickly. For this reason, the suppressor is best used with the iron sights. As for underslung attachments, there are no real surprises. The master key is effective up close if you can anticipate the engagement, but it's not something I'd recommend. The grenade launcher has some tactical use in objective games, but it's not really fitting for the roles the M14 suits. The flamethrower is an unpredictable but occasionally effective close-quarter weapon. The M14 isn't ideal up close, but the underbarrel attachments aren't really a solution. 2 accurate shots or a pistol secondary are generally more reliable. Overall, the best options for the M14 are the close-range optics for the enhancement in your precision, the grip for the increase in the rate of accurate fire, and the suppressor, ideal for a covert role thanks to the M14's high minimum damage. Our first perk choice suits a long-range support role rather well, granting kill streaks 1 kill earlier than usual. Hardline works well with the lower streaks, as you'll be able to get a spy plane in the air very quickly, with just 2 kills required. This can give your team an early radar advantage, and 2 quick kills near the start of a match can allow your team to establish a healthy lead. It's generally a good idea to make good use of Hardline Pro if you have it. A care package at just 4 kills with a chance to re-roll is a potent mix that can swing games in your favour with a little luck. Otherwise, Hardline will serve you well regardless of which kill streaks you use. Although the benefit is less pronounced with the higher kill streaks, it's still easier to get 7 kills for a Blackbird than 8. By keeping the enemy at arm's reach and employing the M14 in a longer ranged role, you'll find you can build the longer streaks much more easily. And a well-timed SR-71 will make life easier for all your team. Our second perk choice allows us the benefit of 2 attachments, and permits a combination of an optical attachment and grip to maximize accuracy and precision. The red dot or reflex, when paired with the grip, is a usable configuration from middle range out to a considerable distance. With a 2-hit kill throughout your effective range, you'll kill quickly and without the need to expend too much ammunition. You also get the benefits of the additional grenades with Warlord Pro, admittedly less useful without Scavenger, but a nice bonus nonetheless. A strong alternative would be sleight of hand, especially if you're comfortable with the iron sights. The faster aim time with the Pro benefit makes the weapon much more suited to close range use, and works well when paired with the suppressor and Ghost. Still, the M14's true strengths lie in accurate fire over long distance. There exist better weapons to employ silenced at close range, such as the FAMAS or the Spectre. Our third perk serves as a useful indicator of likely enemy positions, and highlights equipment and turrets through walls. Hacker is a useful tool for situational awareness, and will keep you safe from claymores when moving position. Additionally, the highlighting of turrets will allow you to see when the enemy has a SAM turret active, allowing you to take it out and ensure that your kill streaks don't go to waste. Grenades are less useful for a long-range class, but frags are more versatile and can travel further than Semtex, making them more useful at a distance. For your tactical slot, the fast throw of the concussion grenade is occasionally useful in close-range engagements, giving you the time you need to line up 2 shots on target, or to make a hasty egress from danger. For your secondary, if you're using the M14 across longer distances, you can replace the usual pistol with a launcher. This will allow you to more quickly dispatch incoming enemy air support, and obviates the need for Ghost. With the absence of your pistol, you should probably make good use of the Claymore. When taking up a firing position over a long sightline, you will need something to watch your back, and a Claymore performs admirably in this role. One of the key aspects to using the assault rifles is to ensure you're firing from a good position. Whether on the offense or in a defensive role, you need to ensure that you're using available cover to maximum effect. The more of your player model you expose to the enemy, the easier it is for your foe to hit you. And landing accurate shots with a weapon like the M14 under fire is very tricky indeed. When choosing a firing location, you should try and find a position that provides as much coverage as possible. Ideally, cover should extend to just underneath your point of aim. In Call of Duty, your point of aim is centered on your head, so if your sights are just above cover, all your opponent will see is the very top of your character model. Little more than a pair of eyes and a helmet. Any available cover can be used to your advantage. Even corners can be used to some effect, as you can control the angle of exposure and take complete cover when at risk of incoming fire, which is useful when reloading. The M14 is the most powerful weapon in the assault rifle category, outclassing even the FAL thanks to its superior multipliers. It also boasts a superior hipfire spread when compared to the FAL, something which will occasionally come in useful should you be taken by surprise. Its main downside is its heavy recoil, forcing you to limit your rate of fire to preserve accuracy. Compared to the automatic weapons, it's likely you'll fare less well in close quarters. Although you'll only need 2 hits to kill, the weapon with a faster rate of fire often comes out on top. Good use of cover or getting onto target first can help, but something like an SMG or the FAMAS will be tough to beat. Still, if employed correctly and carefully, you can engineer situations in your favour. With a claymore to watch your back and the use of long sightlines and cover, you can keep your enemy at arm's reach. As a counter to its damage, the M14 has the most severe recoil in the assault rifle category, but it can be tamed with careful shooting. And it's hard to argue against a 2-shot kill. Thanks for watching. This has been Xbox Ahoy. Join me next time when I'll be covering the 3rd shotgun, the Spaz 12. Until then, farewell.